In 2003, Antwerp diamond heist is still considered one of the most brilliant crimes ever committed, not because it was flawless, but because it came so close. It exposed vulnerabilities in even the most advanced security systems. It shows what patience, planning, and precision can achieve. And it left behind a question that still lingers. How many of those diamonds are still out there, hidden in plain sight? Because sometimes the most fascinating part of a crime isn't how it's done, it's what we'll never fully know. Antwerp, Belgium, a quiet historic city known for art, culture, and something far more valuable. Because beneath its cobblestone streets lies the heart of the global diamond trade. By the early 2000s, Antwerp handled roughly 80% of the world's rough diamonds. At the centre of it all stood the Antwerp Diamond Centre, a fortress disguised as an office building. Inside, hundreds of millions of dollars in gems locked away in one of the most secure vaults on Earth. This is the story of how a group of thieves, later dubbed the School of Turin, pulled off one of the most sophisticated heists in history, and how, in the end, they almost got away with it. At the core of the Antwerp Diamond Centre was a heavily fortified vault. To reach it, you had to pass through layers of security designed to stop even the most determined intruder. We're talking about a system that included multiple infrared heat detectors, sensors that could detect vibrations in the walls, a magnetic field system that could sense changes in metal objects, a combination lock with millions of possible codes, a vault door reinforced with steel, and 24-hour security guard presence. Inside the vault, there were more than 150 safety deposit boxes belonging to a diamond dealer from around the world. Breaking in wasn't just difficult, it was supposed to be impossible. The mastermind. Enter Leonardo Notarbartolo, an Italian career criminal with a calm demeanour and an extraordinary patience. Notarbartolo wasn't interested in smash-and-grab robberies. He specialised in long-term infiltration. Years before the heist, he rented an office in the Diamond Centre, posing as a legitimate diamond merchant. He built trust, he observed routines, he studied every inch of the building. He wasn't alone. Behind him was a team of highly skilled accomplices. A master locksmith, an electronics expert, a surveillance specialist, and a driver. Together they spent years preparing, studying the system. The team began mapping out the security in painstaking detail. They learned how the infrared sensors worked, and they discovered how they could be temporarily blinded using something as simple as hairspray. They studied the magnetic system alarm and figured out how to bypass it with carefully placed metal plates. They recorded the movements of the night guard, and most importantly, they gained access to the vault itself during business hours, allowing them to examine the locks up close. At one point, they even used hidden cameras to film the combination lock being opened. This wasn't luck, this was engineering. The heist, February 2003. Over the weekend of February 15th to 16th, 2003, the plan went into motion. The building was closed, the streets were quiet, and the team entered the Diamond Centre. Step by step, they dismantled the security systems. The infrared sensors were sprayed to prevent detection. The magnetic field was neutralized. The vault door was opened without triggering alarms. The sensors were bypassed. It took hours. Inside the vault, they began opening the safety deposit boxes one after the other. By the time they were done, more than 100 boxes had been emptied. Diamonds, gold, jewellery, cash. The total estimated value? Over 100 million. And then they vanished. No alarms, no confrontation, no immediate evidence. For a moment, it looked like the perfect crime, the fatal mistake. But perfection is fragile. Days later, just outside of Antwerp, investigators discovered something strange, a bag of trash dumped in a forest. Inside, there were items that never should have been there. Tools used in the heist, food wrappers, gloves, and most critically, DNA evidence. The bag was traced back to Leonardo Notarbartolo. It was the break the police needed. Despite the team's meticulous planning, this single act, careless disposal of evidence unravelled everything. The investigation. Authorities quickly closed in. Leonardo was arrested and later sentenced to 10 years in prison. But here's where the story takes another twist. Most of the diamonds were never recovered. Leonardo claimed that the heist had been exaggerated, that the real value was far lower than reported. Some believed he was protecting his accomplices. Others think the diamonds were quickly moved and sold on the black market. To this day, the majority of stolen goods remain missing. Over time, several theories have emerged. Was it really $100 million heist or something similar, inflated for insurance purposes? Did the team have help inside? Were all the crew members ever identified? And perhaps most intriguingly, did some of them get away with it completely? Leonardo himself has given conflicting accounts in interviews, sometimes suggesting that the job wasn't all it seemed, which only deepens the mystery. In 2003, Antwerp diamond heist is still considered one of the most brilliant crimes ever committed, not because it was flawless, but because it came so close. It exposed vulnerabilities in even the most advanced security systems. It shows what patience, planning, and precision can achieve. And it left behind a question that still lingers. How many of those diamonds are still out there, hidden in plain sight? Because sometimes the most fascinating part of a crime isn't how it's done, it's what we'll never fully know. That's all for this episode. Thank you for listening to Frightened Felonies. I hope you enjoyed it. But for now, take care and look after each other. Bye bye.